Hi everyone, it's Goodfellow from f2p.com, and today we are checking out Elite Dangerous. It is a free-to-play, I suppose, FPS space shooter. It is well, not the sequel because there's a few different variations, but it is the newest iteration of the Elite franchise, which started and was first launched back in 1984, I believe. And this was back in the day where the graphics were basically a couple of lines. I think it might have been on a BBC computer, maybe. And I think I definitely recall it being on the NES at some point. So we're kind of checking out, obviously, new game, new graphics, same kind of ideas and principles in the game, same kind of level of complexity. Now, this is a first look video, but I will open up and say I've been through these tutorials before, not all of them, just the first handful, just to get an idea of how to get around before I jumped into the game and did that as my first look gameplay. Unfortunately, it's actually quite hard. There's things that I still can't work out how to do. And I think, obviously, this is closed beta. There probably are manuals and stuff online that you probably should read because the game is quite complicated. I don't have the time to read them, along with all the other stuff that I have to do. So we kind of went into the tutorials hoping that they could show us stuff, jumped into the game, and then realised there was nothing we could really do. So I decided to come back and actually record the tutorials. And I'm going to give my experiences, obviously, now as a first look, and also how it was when I originally did them. So just to kind of give you some idea, this is not a casual game. The controls, in my opinion, are very unintuitive. They are not what you expect from this type of game, and I think the learning curve is very, very, very high. That's not to say it's not good. I like the complexity, I like the realism, I like that it's difficult, but for a first timer jumping in, it's quite easy to get frustrated and, for some people, possibly put off. So this is pretty much what we look at when we log into the first tutorial for the first time, and basically, we don't know what to do. So you're looking at the menu there, you think, okay, Starport Services, Return to Service, Launch. So I want to go to Launch. Well, okay, my mouse isn't working. Up and down keys, they seem to be changing these systems, engines, and weapon things to the right. Okay, well, what do we? Okay, we're on WASD. WASD. Okay, fair enough. So we'll go to Launch, hit Enter. No, Enter brings up Type. Okay, and this is pretty much what I was going through for a little while. Basically, everything works on WASD and then spacebar to hit Enter. And that jumps us into Launch. Again, it's unintuitive. It's not what you would expect, but it makes sense for the way the keyboard is laid out for how you need to control it. Once we start flying and stuff, you'll get an idea of how the mouse controls work. So this is basically how we started last time. I have a little idea of other things. When you play the actual game and you jump in, we played an open play session. It comes up at the beginning with a checklist of different things that you need to push. So, to make sure your systems are working, to make sure your controls are working, your weapons are online, and that kind of thing. And what it basically does is has a long checklist showing you what the key is for each control. So it tells you that if you push W, it makes you go forward. So you have to keep hold of W, and then it ticks it off. So you go through all those to finally get used to it. So we're already starting to float away here by the look of it, unless it was just my ship looking around. I don't know. So what I wasn't sure at first when we first started is, okay, well, W, well, that makes you go forward, puts the engines up. It's not keep hold of W, you just push W once to start the engines. What I didn't know at the time is that you have R, which makes you ascend, and F, that makes you descend. And that becomes very important later on. So we can go up, and then once you let go, it just stops doing it. So it lets us even up, and then if we tip left, we roll left. If we this is with the mouse as well. If I push mouse, so you can see that my mouse is moving. If I go up, I go up. If I go down, so that's basically my roll. And then I can use A and D to I don't know whether it'd be pitch or yaw. I'm not really sure, but that makes me go left and right. And then we've got Q and E, which makes me strafe. So you can line up. These are all buttons that it doesn't explain this to you. I've just kind of worked this out from doing the tutorial and then playing the opening of the game. So I was like, oh right, there's some more controls for doing things. So anyway, so like I said, it was I played the tutorials for over an hour, and I'm going to tell you now, I couldn't work out how to complete this tutorial. So I like that it shows you when you're in proximity of stuff that you can crash into. It also tells you when you're kind of flying towards stuff that you're going to smash into, so that's cool. So I've completed that objective. And then it will tell us to turn to face the station, so we'll power down. And then we can turn around. Or we can try and fly like that. Now the controls are pretty sensitive, so you have to be careful. And then we can line up again, which is cool. And we can even raise up, so we're good. Now, before you go flying straight into the starport, you actually have to ask permission to dock, which is pretty cool. I like it. Again, it's that extra sense of realism with the game. If I go flying in there now, all these lasers basically start obliterating. Well, you get like a warning to get out. Also, if you try to dock on a landing pad that you've not been given permission to land on, you get a warning for loitering, and again, it's a timer before everything destroys you. If you discharge your weapons in a no-fire vicinity, you get fined credits and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So at this point, it's like, okay, well now you've got to ask permission to get in. It's like, well, okay, how do I do that? Okay, well, I've just accidentally loaded up my weapons, so I don't want to do that. So we'll put those away with U, and again, that's just something I know. Okay, so escape from menu. Well, no, because that takes us into the normal menu. What you have to do is push Shift, and that kind of pulls you back into your cockpit, and then you can use the WASD keys to look at the different menus. So, which again is pretty cool. I really like how they do it. I like that it's, you know, these little real menus appear in your cockpit. So once we're on here, we use Q and E to scroll between the tabs. Again, it's just a weird little control system. We need to go to contacts, hit space bar, and then W and S to go up and down, and so then we request docking. Request granted. So now, if we roll, and you don't need to go too fast, or we can just kind of go flying in at breakneck speeds if we want. This is as fast as our ship goes though, so. And there we go. So now we're in. Proceed to landing pad 42. So where's landing pad 42? Not sure. Is it further down here? You can normally see one flashing. Let's have a look around. Proceed to... there we go. Landing pad 42. Totally overshot it. So we're going to slow down. So, again, I kind of know a little bit of the extra controls for going left and right and strafing, which I didn't originally know when I was trying to do this tutorial for the first time. Because again, you can see it's not popped up telling me how to control. So obviously you have to do a little bit of reading beforehand. And now we are at this point. So our map has just changed. We can move around, and we have to try and line ourselves up slightly. So we're moving forward. I have to be careful we don't start moving backwards and forwards, so we're going strafing a little bit. So we're pretty much locked on. That's where we need to be for landing. Now, it says there on the right that mast locked and landing gear is down. So I think we just use the F key to go down. And I don't know whether we just need to be like low enough and then it automatically does it, but I'm pretty sure that when I tried to do this the first time, I failed. Well, I couldn't work out how to land. And this is particularly true when I tried to do the open play. So it's like, how low do I go? I'm about as low. So there you go. So I'm about as low as I think I can get. Because obviously it's kind of trying to crash. And I'm still... This is what I'm saying. I absolutely have no idea how to actually land. So, okay, so I think I'm pretty low now. Let's try and get back a little bit. And this is my biggest problem. There's not enough information on what exactly I'm supposed to be doing. So maybe we should try contact. So lock target, no, because I think that's where actually find it. Request document, well, we're already in there. So sub targets, no subsystem cargo. So I don't think it's any of those. If we look this way, we've got status, modules, functions. So we've got landing gear deployed, cargo scoot retracted, flight assist, hold input mode. I could try maybe flight assist. Let's try flight assist. Oh, okay. So that deploys my landing gear. So again, this is my problem. I had this problem on the tutorial. I couldn't work out how to land. Oh no, put those away. Do I have to get out of my ship? I think I recall seeing something about getting out of ship. Where was it? You need to go away. Oh, I've accidentally zoomed in a little bit. That's interesting. I don't know what this is doing. Well, again, there you go. So this is pretty much the same problem I had last time. So I'm gonna just quit out, and I'm just gonna jump into one of the other tutorials. Yeah, I want to quit. No, because that might quit me out of the game. Quit to main menu. There we go. So you can see my frustration. I couldn't. There was nothing particularly obvious about what I had to do then. But again, it's still quite fun. Okay, I still like the complexity of it. So for this one, we have to destroy waste canisters. Again, I've done this, and now we're going to highlight another issue and kind of pretty big peeve of the game, and that is the map. Okay, so we've got the radar map there that actually looks a little bit glitchy at the moment. Now, whoa! Obviously, we can see them there, but trying to find stuff on this map and work out how it's located, I don't know. I'm presuming that the line shows how far off it is on your normal axis, maybe. And this is only because I've kind of played a little bit more that it's a little bit easier. So you hit U, and that deploys your weapons. T helps you fire at targets, and you just fire into this little reticule, from what I can tell. But so I think, and I literally think this might just be me now finally working it out, that the lines, so as you go up and down it brings them closer. Okay, it's a little bit more. But again, it's so difficult to work stuff out. So I'm reversing a little bit here. There we go. I knew there was something nearby. Let's destroy these, and then we'll hit that. Oh, so we're a little bit far away from that one. So, is there one that's closer? Oh no, I've hit tab. That gives us a bit of a thruster. See, this is it, 'cause I'm so used to pressing tab for like other games for switching between targets. Obviously, it's quite an MMORPG type thing, but I'm sure there's a button for doing a full stop, but I've no idea what it is. So, okay, everything seems to be relatively on T. So let's get a little bit closer. I presume as we get closer, our reticule, the area that we need to shoot into, what are we going to impact? Wow! Totally overshot it. And is that our weapons overheating? What about if I punch everything into weapons like that? Boom. Done. And again, it's good. It's kind of more realistic. The controls are... It's obviously one of those games that you really could do with a joystick, I think. I think it would become a lot more easier. And I think that is kind of in a big part of it, is what it's kind of designed for. I think that might be on the other side of the rock, maybe? Can't actually tell. Oh yeah, I've destroyed it. Okay, so I've got one more. Whoa! And sometimes it is very hard to see how fast you're going. Oh, did I destroy it? Oh, there we go. So that was easier. And I actually managed to complete this one last time. Basic combat. And I did basic combat and then I did travel. So that's as far as I got. So we'll leave it at that because that's the first impressions. Because then it gets onto like advanced combat and things like that. And I don't think we really need to kind of go for that. So yeah, objective, engage and destroy this ship. So we'll see if we can find a little bit easier now. I think I've got a little bit of an idea of how to kind of work out where it is a little bit. Oh, it's there. Okay, that was easy. So I've got my engines on reverse. So it's either like right on top of me or right behind me now. Oh, it's over there. Okay, I see you. Right, now I've got him locked on. So it's pretty. I mean, you look at this. I mean, you do have collision damage and stuff. So, yeah, we've got him. We're upon you. So now that we've shot him, he's going to try and keep away from me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think once you've got like more faster and maneuverable ships, I'm in too close, in too tight. So I'm now reversing a little bit, and then okay, we're back on him. You can pull some really, no doubt, awesome maneuvers off. Surge detected. So there you go, that's what you want when you're right behind them. I don't know whether we have any secondary weapons. I don't think we do. Oh, slamming on the brakes. And you have to be pretty accurate as well, you know, it's not one of these auto-targeting things, you have to kind of really get in there. I can't tell what his health is. So I guess we'll just keep going until he's destroyed. Then when you lose him on the map, you've got to try and find him again. Okay, we got him. Now imagine this with kind of, you know, entire strike teams and people working together. Pretty cool. And you know you're going to get some people that are just so good at... Oh yeah, I think we got him now. Oh yeah, we got some explosions going on there. Oh yes! Haha! Excellent. So that's us. Woohoo! And now we're going to go on to travel. Now, this was the primary reason as to why I restarted the recordings. Because trying to get to places, I can't quite work it out. I'm pretty sure the description in the actual game was a little bit easier when you actually start playing this, apart from the tutorial. I'm pretty sure that made more sense. But you're about to find out anyway. And the reason, because I couldn't seem to find anywhere, it meant I couldn't kind of go and find anything interesting or anything to kill or shoot or show combat. So that's why I recorded the tutorials, which normally I don't do. Normally I'd like to record it, you know, play the tutorials on my own to get an idea of how to play, and then just kind of get out there and show you guys the actual game. So not much of a choice with this one. And it is one of those games, if you keep playing it, everything gets a little bit... Even now, playing it again, I feel a little bit more confident with stuff. So... See, just flying out there like a pro. No messing. But there are just other elements that I can't quite work out. I have to say, exit 5k to leave out. Okay, cool. I have to say that if retract, so I press insert C. There you go. It does tell you, and that lets you go a little bit faster as well. So because you can go faster, you can start working on your light speed. I can't remember what it's called. Your I don't know. Charge the FSD. So J charges. Frame shift cancelled. Mass locked. Okay. There we go. I think I needed to get a little bit further away from that ship.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay, so we're now in Super Cruise, which isn't quite hyperspace, but we're going a little bit faster. So this allows you to travel in system. Okay. I need to take a little bit more note of this because it wasn't obvious. So hyperspace is used to travel between systems. Cool. Enter the galaxy map to select your destination. Okay. J charges hyperspace. So I think once you're in Super Cruise, J charges it. So I think this is primarily used for switching between the main systems, okay? Not for just standard travel. So, I don't think it actually told us where it wants us to go. But I think this is where we currently are. So that's training, Rocky Ice World, blah da 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 da. But that's not what we're looking at. We want to look at, yeah. So this is where we're looking at. So this is the main kind of system, so we can travel between them. So we are currently here. We need to head here. And that's easy enough to do. I think once I've just got that selected, you can hover over it and you find out different stuff about it, which is cool. You can double click it and go into it. Oh, you double click it to actually select it. So there you go. So this is the destination, and I believe this is the destination station that we need to get to. Now, I can get to this new solar system pretty easy. This is it. I just feel like I've selected it just with a double click. Well, it obviously takes me to there, and that's all I need to know. So now that I've got that selected, I think I have to position myself yet. So I have to head in that direction. And because I'm already in Supercharge, or whatever it's called, I now just hit J because I have my destination. It's charging. So going from super flight mode to hyperspace. It shows you how many days and stuff it'll take you to get there if you just try to fly normally. Boom. Now that's pretty cool. I've got no control over the ship now, but I like how your speed is just all over the place, and you know, you're kind of like traveling between dimensions almost. It's pretty cool, and it does bring us out right in front of a burning sun, so you have to be careful, maneuver to avoid collision. So that's brought us to here. Lock destination from the navigation panel. Okay, select destination station. Okay, well, we're going to try that again then. From the navigation panel. Now if I stop flying around for a second, can I? No, I don't want to do that, because that's just going to make me change star systems. And it's doing it again. I wonder if galaxy map, system map. Can I move with this? Just wondering whether I can actually click to lock in those stations. Tab. R? No. Okay, well, I guess we'll go for galaxy map. And so this is the galaxy map. We'll go system view. And so this is where, I think this is where we currently are. Okay. And this is the problem I had last time. It's really not obvious about what. So I can click that, and you would think maybe double click it so that it locks it in, but that doesn't appear to do anything. And I do recall, I'm going to slow down because I'm just going to end up in the middle of nowhere. I do recall being able to access this secondary bit. So where it says location and stuff. Control, no. F, no. T. What does T do then? Targeted something. Insert, no. Contacts. System map is going to take us into the same thing. So it says select it from lock in on the navigation menu. But I don't know how. I can't use left or right. Q and E skips between it. W and A. Oh, there we go. So I have to hit D to skip onto that, and then lock destination. Oh, there we go. Well, that's good. So now I need to find where that is. Presumably. Ah, this might be it now. I might be actually able to get somewhere now. So I believe I'm locked in. Too fast for safe exit. Why are you trying to safe exit? I want to jump to it. That's the planet. I don't want the planet. That's my destination. No, that's the sun. I don't want destination planet. I want destination station. No. Okay. That's targeting someone's ship. Destination planet. Okay, well maybe we should try and lock in. No, because it wants us to lock in on the destination station, so why? I don't know, maybe I have to get close so we can see it. So that's the destination over there. That's the solar system. And that's the destination planet. Just got some dudes here. Too fast? No. Okay, so obviously it's in a weird kind of map mode now, so it's not that I can actually crash into the planet because it's not technically there. Okay, I'm going to try and lock into the planet then. Right, we've locked onto that now, I believe. I believe we've locked onto the destination because it just said locked on. So one would presume, now that I'm in super fast mode, too fast for safe exit. So why is it trying to drop out? Oh yeah, that's because I did an emergency dropout. And now I believe I've lost where my thing is. So essentially this is the same problem I had last time. I don't feel like it explains things clearly enough. Just tell me go to navigation, lock it in, which looks like that's what I was doing. And then doesn't really seem to do anything. So it's kind of frustrating because I can't seem to lock in through the actual menu or through the navigation thing like I said. So anyway, I'm going to call this again because otherwise it will just end up being a video with me trying to travel somewhere for ages and then not managing it. So I think we will take advantage of functions, and we are going to self-destruct. Yes.
Eject. Eject. Eject.
No! I regret nothing! So there you go, guys. That was the sort of first look of Elite Dangerous. Again, difficult to get into, but fun. The combat feels quite intuitive once you get used to it, and I have to say, obviously, I've played the tutorials through once. I had a little bit of go on the gameplay. I've just done some of those tutorials again. It does feel like it's getting a little bit easier. The controls are quite difficult at first, so the controls aren't the bigger issue. The problem is that you're not really told how to do stuff originally, so you kind of would have to check out, if you manage to get in the closed beta, which it is at the moment, you would have to check out the manual and read how you do stuff, and there's probably enough tutorials and videos online to work this stuff out. So anyway, hopefully you found these initial videos, tutorials interesting. If you did, give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of our videos. You can check us out on Twitter and Facebook at f2p.com. Otherwise, you can go over to our official website at www.f2p.com. If you want to check more about Elite Dangerous, check the description below, and there is a link to go over to the website. So I've been Goodfellow, you've been you guys, this has been Elite Dangerous. Thank you for watching, and we will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!